Hello, everyone. Follow us along our epic universe journey. Come and see the crowds. Wondering how early admission works? Have any questions about child swap? Any suggestion on some food? Is Epic Universe doable with a baby? And a real big question: is Express Pass worth it, and who is it and not for? Feel free to skip around with the timestamps. At the end is a recap. But now let's get to it. It's about 8:23 a.m. Today opens at 9, and it's already a good, decent line and amount of people. I would say if you want to be one of the first ones, you want to take real advantage of early admission, get here a little bit before 8. I would say something to do before you head out is make sure you look at the weather app, look at the radar, because that's the way you really got to plan your day. You might want to come here and do this, and this first, but it's whatever the weather allows you to do first. These were the worlds that were open when we came for early admission. Always good to take a look at this and check them online just in case. Sometimes they do change. For example, on the day we went, there was no Stardust Racer, but that was because of the incident. If you have any accommodation, also it's good just to come early to get that out the way. This is the guest service line around 8:25. Not bad at all. Later, this is gonna get super packed. If you have to get something done, come here super early, get that done, get it out the way. So at around 8:30, they start letting us in the gates, start letting people come in, and then everybody has to line up for the early admission, for the hotel guests. And then even if you don't have early admission, you can come in. You're just gonna have to wait until close to 9 o'clock, to 10 o'clock for them to let you in. You can still be here, start making your line to whatever in the world you wanna go into. So you'll be the first one there. So here's the sign. If you decide to go which side, as you can tell, this side is more packed so far.
Good morning,
but remember, you don't have to have early access to be here.
Welcome.
We are here. Right here they check for your hotel cards to make sure that you have early admission. If not, then you could just wait on the other line right here. That's for when it officially opens at 10, and then you'll be the first one to come in without early admission. If you have a wheelchair or a stroller, you make a right here and you just go straight down and you'll find the elevators. Look at this, we're going to Mario Land. And we're here, we are here. Wait. Hold on to me now. We're here, we made it. Epic Universe. So many things to do. It could be super, there's a lot going on. So be prepared, prepare yourself. Early access is still, look how many people are here. So just be prepared. And all right, we're gonna try playing some games, get some coins. But be prepared, because it might feel a little, overwhelming.
You're gonna hit it once. Ready? Hit it. I got a key.
A tip for the power band is to try to get them the night before, the day before. They sell them at City Walk or any of the Universal hotels, just so you can set it up the night before, and when you get to the park, you're all good and ready to play. It does take a few minutes to set up, but nothing long at all, but more time to play. If you have express passes, they really don't let you start using them until 10 a.m. when the park officially opens. But it's a perfect time to play some of these mini games, or if there's a ride that you really want to do 2 times, this is a perfect time to go do it. So you can use it now, and then later you can use it one more time with your express pass. Just many ways to get creative and take advantage of early entry and your express pass. So our plan has been a success. It's only like 9:05, 9:08, and we already have got the 3 keys that we need. Nazi has played plenty of games. So this is when you get the 3 keys. You come here, come and play a game. This is way more than 3 keys. We got our first 3 keys pretty early done. And right now the wait is 5 minutes. Most of the day is 5 minutes, but it could creep up and go up to higher. But right now in the morning, people are trying to do their rides, so. One more advantage of getting the games done during early entry is that there was basically no lines for them, so we was able to get them done fast. As he was able to play some of the games twice if he wanted to. This is the game you unlock when you have the 3 keys, and while I didn't have a power band, they did let me play with Nazi. I'm not sure if that's all the time, you know, if they're busy, if they're gonna let you do that. But this one and another one that I'll show you guys later, which was the clock one, while I didn't have a power band, they let me play with him. 35 minutes and it's 9:35. This was the other game that they let me play with Nazir, even though I didn't have a power band. And also I just wanted to explain, just in case some people didn't know, but the power bands is these bands they sell. They cost about like $50 after taxes, and you get to play all these mini games, and you can't play them unless you have them, or at least somebody in your group has them. But it was worth it. Nazir loved it.
So first, child swap experience of the day. Everyone is very kind here so far, but they did let me know if you would prefer to wait with the child, the person who's going to swap with the rider. You can wait with your baby or small child outside of the ride. You can request the pass that you'll switch off with, or you can all wait together in line and child swap closer to the entry of the ride. So you have 2 options at least. You can wait outside and then swap with the pass. Just request it with the people in the front, or you can just all go together and swap closer.
We're going to wait in line together, and then when you get to the very top, they'll take care of y'all for the family swap. Right this way. Happy birthday, by the way.
Yeah, it's probably going to be better than the ride because this is just so cool. Yeah, this is just the cups. The cups. So cool. This is where you get your little VR hat. On the Mario Kart ride, if you do have a power band, you're able to tap it and collect more coins and other cool points. So we're here at the child swap room for Mario Kart. Here we can do Prince, and so just hanging out here while Nadia and Nazi rides. It's pretty cool in here. You got seats, you're sitting down, relaxing. Right now it's just another dad and his daughter here too, so they'll tell you instructions on how to get there, and then they give you this ticket right here, child swap ticket. And when it's my turn to ride, I just go and I'll go to the front of the line. Simple, easy. Just they'll scan this, and that's it. Easy. So this is where the family room is located. Boom, boom, boom. Wait, and then they have a bathroom right here. We gotta change the baby. Voila. I also have a water fountain, or if you need if you bring a water bottle, you can fill it up right here. All good to know. I waited in the child swap area for like 10 minutes, and then it was my turn to ride after Nadia was done. And we came down the stairs right here, and then we got on the next car. And as you can see, the regular line will be there. Overall, it took us like 30 minutes for both of us to get done with the ride using our express pass. Later in the video, you can see us test out the ride when it gets busier when our friends came along. We're ready. We've made it to Joshi's Adventure. The wait time is 55 minutes, but let's test out that express pass and the child swap. Super cute. pretty. Nadia got on this ride first. She waited about like 15 minutes, and then we did chow swap, and I got on like about 24 minutes into it. So far Express Pass Expressing, this was a nice cute little ride. I thought we was gonna be able to bring the baby with us on this ride, but not quite yet. But still a nice cute ride. Wow, look at this, guys. We've made it. How's he playing the drums? 135 minutes for Mario Kart Madness. What I like about this ride is that it took us only 19 minutes to get to the front of the line, and then we split to do chow swap. Some rides you have to go a little bit longer after chow swap, but this one is right there. So even after chow swap, it was all done within 30 minutes. So Express Pass, definitely express with this one. For lunch, we went to Toe Cafe. I wouldn't recommend this if you're trying to do every ride and stuff, because it takes a while to get seated, but after you get seated, it does go by fast. So after Toe Cafe, we decided to get on Mario Kart, so our friends who met us can use their Express Pass there. Also, big tip, they have a stroller parking for Mario Kart inside the queue, so you don't have to leave it outside just in case it rains. So that was about 125-minute wait originally, but with the Express Pass, it was about 49 minutes to be done with the ride. 2 hours and 5 minutes compared to 49 minutes. Kind of worth it because there was a delay as soon as we got on the ride. So we would have got done even faster. But since the delay, it took us a few extra minutes, but still. And as I get out, the wait is from 125, now it's 120. So it's still a 2-hour wait. So Express Pass, still worth it so far, especially for those two rides in Mario, which is the Donkey Kong ride and the Mario Kart ride. Now look at this. This might just be the best theme land. Super Nintendo World, super cool, but it feels very crowded and overwhelming. This is crowded, but it just feels more spaced out. It's more enjoyable. Look at this. This is definitely the place where, yeah, I'm recording a nice video, but in person is where it's at. For my Express Pass holder, this right here is 50 minutes, and it's the only ride as of right now that you cannot have in your Express Pass. I'm gonna try the Express Pass on the Hiccup Wings Glider, 60 minutes. Time to test out the Express Pass. Just finished Hiccup's Wing Glider. That one, the wait time was 50 minutes. It took us about 22 minutes to get on with the Express Pass, and by the time Nadia finished, it was about 50 minutes for the chow swap. So another worth it for sure. 22 minutes if you don't gotta do chow swap, and then if you did the chow swap, about, it was like almost 50 minutes. So overall, still worth it. It's when you feel it a lot, the wait, because you're outside the whole time, and if you're coming during the summer or close to the summer, you'll feel the heat. So, you know, this one, make sure you bring your water bottle, and at the end you can put it in the locker. But super, super, super. Even if I had to wait 50 minutes for this ride, it's so far the best ride of the day, for sure. Super fun, super fun. A+ on this ride, 10 out of 10. So for our second lunch, we stop here at Krog and Crew to try these amazing mac and cheese cones. All right, here's the cone. Looks really tasty. It's the PB&J. Oh yeah. You gotta get this. The mac and cheese with the pork. Take a bite of the bread now. Do yourself a favor. I don't want to hype it up too much. The mac and cheese, that ain't what your auntie gonna make. It ain't what your sister gonna make. But with this,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
they're buffing.
Hey guys, it's Corey. Thanks for tuning in to Corey's World. Today we're at Epic Universe, the Isle of Berk. All right, tune in. Yeah, see, that's my YouTube intro. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Like it's 4:10 when they let us in, and the show starts at 4:20. So maybe try to show up 20 minutes before if you can, you know, just to be able to get a good seat. But if not, you will be good. There's plenty of seats, but they do start letting people in 10 minutes before. The AC here is really good, so it's a really good place to take a break when it's really sunny or when it's raining. And afterwards, I'll let you know how the show was. This show was phenomenal. The kids loved it. The adults loved it. I would definitely recommend it. 10 out of 10. Fire drill, 40-minute wait. Let's test out Express Pass. So here in Fire Drill on the boats, they have these trunks that you can put any stuff you don't want to get wet, like your phone or small bag. So right after you get off the ride, they have these dryers where you can use your credit card or tap to pay. It's about $7 and get yourself dry. Just got off a Fire Drill. I'm still wet. That one, the time I think was 40 minutes. And we got on the ride like in 10 minutes. Super worth it on the Express. Prepare to get wet. Bring extra clothes if you like to, especially like some slides or some shoes. That's what we did. We put it on to get on this ride. And very fun, good to do. If it's hot outside, nice, get wet. And also, I would not recommend to do this before the show because the show is pretty cold in there, in the theater. And then if you go after this, you're just gonna be freezing cold. But after, you know, when it's really hot, definitely recommend. You know, with the Express Pass, 10 minutes. If not, would have been 40 minutes. Still worth it for 40 minutes though. Definitely a really fun ride, especially with kids. This year has super fun. Would recommend for sure. Guys, let me know in the comments how y'all feel about this. Does it feel like Paris? You do a good job? How you guys feel about it? How you liking it? Let me know in the comments. So it's time to really test this out. 180 minutes. Let's really check out this Express Pass. 180-minute wait. The real issue is that even if you have your Express Pass, you have to make this long line with everybody, and then they'll split you guys over when it's all done, and then you can enter the express lane. So you have to do the line with everybody else until you get over there. I don't know if this is how it normally works, but it was been delayed all day, and when we finally opened up, they had a line we had to join with everybody. Then they split us up, and it was 25 minutes for that line. Now let's see from here how long does it take to get to the ride. So this is the child swap area for ministry. It has a changing table, some water fountains, a lot of seats, just a nice big area, and some good AC. For the biggest review of the night, so like I've been telling you guys, the wait for ministry was 3 hours, 180 minutes. And with the Express Pass, it took us just about an hour from the first line, which you gotta do outside. So that took us about an hour to go inside and get on the ride. And then for the child swap, which Nadia did, by the time she was done, it was an hour and 20 minutes. So that beats less than half of the time. For the most important ride to some people, you know, Express Pass might just pay for that itself. If you're a Harry Potter fan, I think you will love it. If you're not, you will still like it, but it's definitely more for the fan base. 3 hour wait, I don't know if I would do that. I don't think I would, especially since I've done it once, but I'm glad I did it once. I'm glad about the Express Pass and was able to do it, because if I would have waited 3 hours, I would have been a little disappointed at the ride, I would say, for a 3 hour wait. But I like Harry Potter, but I'm not the biggest fan of that. If you're a big fan, I say you gotta do this regardless. So, last land of the night. It's a dark universe at night. Definitely would recommend this to do at night. You don't have to, of course, but you know, it fits the vibes a little better, a little more spooky. Okay, we're in a werewolf ride, testing out Express Pass, 45 minutes at this moment. I'll let you know how the chow swap ends up being. Just got done with werewolf. The time when we first got on was a 45-minute wait, now it's 65. It was a super fun ride. So the Express Pass got us there in 18 minutes, and then with the chow swap, it was about 28 minutes in total, so like a little less than 30 minutes. The ride is super cool, and it's fast, not speed-wise, but just that it's, you know, it doesn't take long to do the ride. If you want it to be a little bit more intense, sit in the back and, you know, more spinning and stuff like that, but it's a cool ride. It's a cool ride. So here at Pizza Moon, you can start your mobile order before you get here. So then when you get here, you just go to a table, any table you like, and you tell them your table number, and that's it. They'll bring you your pizza. You got the Nana Rosa here and the pepperoni. Super tasty. Pretty good for a theme park pizza. The pepperoni. Also pretty good. Not the best pizza you ever had, but pretty good for theme park pizza. Okay, we just finished both pizza. Me personally, I like the Nana Rosa better, which is the one without pepperoni. I think it had a little more flavor. I think they can both use a little bit more flavor, but it was solid pizza. For theme park pizza, it was pretty good. Outside of here, you know, your favorite pizza place, I don't think it will compare, but solid. I will come here again for sure. Nadia says she liked the pepperoni better. Nazir, I think he's torn between the two. He said just whatever you bring me, I'ma have, right? Or do you have a one you like better now? Either one you'll have again? Okay. Nazir said either one, he'll be happy. Alright. What do we have here, Kelvin?
So this is the pizza lunare. It's got a ube crust. It looks like it's got some bacon on it as well. All right, let's see how it tastes. Honestly, kind of overhyped. Kind of overhyped, I'm not gonna lie. For a theme park, it's not bad, but this was the one item on the menu that was supposed to be like the best one, and the one we had before that, which was the mushroom pizza, was way better. But it's not terrible either, but overhyped.
But you won't get it again?
No.
Okay, so this is like a outro and a quick recap about everything we did in the park and how was it. So Express Pass, do I recommend? I highly do. Who do I recommend it for? Anybody who's just coming for one day. If you're doing the park for more than 1 day, maybe you can get away with not doing Express Pass, but if you're just doing the park for 1 day, I definitely highly recommend it. And especially if it's your first time, I also highly recommend it. If you come in with little ones, we were celebrating our 10-year-old son's birthday, and we came along with our baby who was 9 months. And the Express Pass really came clutch for us. And we also came with our friends who also had a baby, and they also enjoyed it and said they would not have done it without the Express Pass. Also would highly recommend the Express Pass for anybody who is coming more to do the rides. If you're somebody who's coming to like try the food and you just want to do 2 or 3 rides, then don't waste the money on the Express Passes. But if you are really into rides, especially ones like Mario Kart and Battle of the Ministries, which always have the longest wait, I would definitely recommend this. I could see all the rides being done for sure with the Express Pass. We had little ones, so you know we had to take a little longer breaks and stuff like that, but I think it's still possible. We weren't able to do all the rides because some rides of course were shut down, like Stardust in September, late September, and you know there was an incident, so that ride was closed. We weren't able to do the Monster on Chain because we was waiting at nighttime. After like 6:30, the ride was always just did not open, you know. So we had time to do that ride, but you know it was just closed. So have that in mind that there are going to be rides that you can't do, not because you don't have time, but because you waited to the end or they just never opened up. even 4 months after the park opening, it's still pretty busy, especially on a weekend. So I would highly recommend the Express Pass still, even after, you know, school is open everywhere, you know, it's late September, but the crowds are still there, especially on the weekend. So the overall review, we had a great time. Our 10-year-old son, who was celebrating his birthday, he had an amazing time. So I was super glad we got the Express Pass. We had a baby who's 9 months, so it would have been pretty tough to do this without Express Pass. I would say that, you know, this is for the people who are going to be doing child swap with Express Passes. I would say that usually it'll add an extra 20 minutes to it, 15 to 20 minutes when you do the child swap. So, you know, even if your Express Pass got you in there in 20 minutes for the first person to ride, then by the time you guys exchange and finish the ride, it'll be an extra 15 to 20 minutes. So still saving a lot of time, but have that in mind that, you know, if you're doing child swap, it takes a little longer. The cool part about the child swap is that once I rode and then Nazir was able to ride again with his mom, that I thought was pretty cool. Like, so he got to ride the ride twice, and it's his birthday, so, and we're here to celebrate him. So that's a good thing about child swap. I'm not saying this works every time. You know, some rides are super busy. They might just say, hey, I don't know what's the official rule on that, but they was very nice. They let him ride it twice, one time with me and one time with her. So that was super, super worth, you know, the Express Pass and the child swap, you know, because he got to do every ride 2 times. Something that I would do better next time, I would say, is make sure you do all the rides that you want to do first, and then save to the end the rides that maybe, because we didn't get to do Monster, and that was like, because it's like, that's one of those rides that you always see that the time is 25, you're like, and you don't really hear too much. I never hear too much about that ride closing for like the rest of the night. So I'm like, oh, we'll get to it. We never, by the time it was 6 o'clock, it never opened back up. So if there's a ride that you really want to do, make sure you do it. Something that I didn't get to record is the family center. Like, they have one, you know, if you want to breastfeed your baby, or if you just need them to have some AC, or the little ones too, a little AC, a little quiet place, you know, maybe the baby, you know, want to take a nap. It's the family center, and they have one in the front, and they have one in the Harry Potter world. It's very good to know that. Look at it in the map before you go. If you have little ones, you know, it's a very nice place. Also, as of now, late September, the only ride not available on the Express Pass is the Dragon Rally, I believe it's called. Man, that kind of wraps up the video. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys were able to get good information. Leave a comment for any questions. Leave a comment for supporting. I hope this video was helpful. Subscribe to get more information like this, and like the video. All right, peace.